Well, Venezuela is going to be a fun new topic for a little while.
I don't really know how else that I can say it other than we just went over there and we got him. 3-hour war. Exactly. Trump straight up sent in Navy SEALs and they just got him. And this is, by the way, this is the original video.
Can we do this? Can we do this with other countries? Is it going to be this easy for anyone else? I guess probably not now because everybody's going to be aware that this kind of thing can happen. But if it's going to be just this easy, we might as well take over all of America. I'm all for it, man. Hot take. I wouldn't mind if United States would be king of America and, like, we don't lose any troops or any equipment because of it. I'm ready for gas prices to drop this summer, ladies and gentlemen.
And you see, oh shit. And by the way, I want everybody to look at, if we're able to parachute down, capture, and then leave the president of the country, and we have that good of intelligence, that good of technology, that good of coordination, do you really think that we don't know what's on those boats? What do you think the odds are that we didn't know that there were drugs on those boats? Surely.
They probably also knew that this was just the best outcome for everybody, so they just didn't do anything. They probably could have retaliated if they wanted to, but it would have been so much worse for them. Just let us go in and capture the guy. He'd survive. We're probably even gonna put him back. We're gonna threaten him a little bit, gonna negotiate a little bit, and probably put him back. Maybe. I don't know. We might install somebody new. We'll see.
Before the air. Oh, that's him in the same outfit. Nicolas Maduro could be seen visibly anxious, telling the media that Colombia was responsible for all the cocaine and not Venezuela.
No, dude.
Oh, God. It's not me. I didn't do it. Yeah, Rubio realizing he's going to be president of Venezuela, governor of Cuba, and the Shah of Iran. Oh, fuck. Like I said, after the absolute...
What fucking timeline is this, man?
Blowout in Venezuela and previously with Iran, it becomes increasingly clear that the 20-year war with the Middle East was by design. Look at...
Dude, I think we needed this, honestly. After all the Somalia stuff, after all the Iran stuff, like, I think we needed this.
Dr. Disrespect latest post? Wait, what? No way he posted on this shit. No way he posted on this. Stop linking me this. It's not funny. Oh my fucking God. Well,
this might be the greatest thing that I've ever seen. Not just this, I mean like this whole situation that's happening on the internet. I fucking love it. People are freaking out. They are losing their minds. The left doesn't know what to think. They're trying to defend this guy, but he's also like best friends with Russia. And also he's like actually an oppressive dictator. It's so good, man. It's so good. Watching people crash out about this.
Apparently he wasn't transparent enough because they fucking found him.
I came in this country when I was 10 years old, and ever since I was born, every single person in power of the country has abused us and abused of their power. We have been living in a dictatorship for about 20 years. So I can tell you, this feels like a breath of fresh air.
Guys, don't listen to her. There's a fat, gender-confused communist on Twitter that lives in Massachusetts that actually thinks this is a bad thing. Every single... Wow. Hassan doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff. The reason why he cares about it is because it's not advantageous for his worldview. Don't listen to any of these Venezuelans. Oh, no. George Bush needed 170,000 troops that led over 4,400 U.S. military casualties and an 8-year war in order to capture Saddam Hussein.
Well, actually, that whole thing wasn't about capturing Saddam Hussein. I think we just ended up, like, we had to because we had too much on the guy. We knew too much about where he was and what was happening, so we had to because there was the opportune moment. We could have let it go on for longer because it was all about the arms deals. It was all about the trade that was going on during the war. It wasn't actually about the war. And oil was a big part of it too.
President Trump captured Nicolas Maduro while we were sleeping overnight with 0 casualties. Man. How about that?
Are seething, and Trump haters are coping tremendously. We just had the greatest day in the history of Trump's presidency, I'm not gonna lie. Tied with the Iran situation.
Yeah, I think the Iran thing plus this, holy shit. I couldn't ask for anything better. Well, I wish we were doing more stuff like this, but I don't think there's any better moves than those two. The whole bombing the Iran nuclear facility, and then this, like, holy shit. Absolute fucking cinema. Gotta give it up to him, man.
Because unironically, Trump might be the greatest president we've ever had for foreign policy. Dealing with existential threats from abroad without losing his...
Which, by the way, is not saying much, because most presidents are fucking garbage.
Single American by the grace of God. Dude, this is potentially one of the greatest stories ever told. I'm sorry, but the orange man deserves a bit of glaze right now.
Whether you like him or not, dude is going to be going down as one of the most historical figures of all of the presidents. He is going to be a George Washington, Abraham Lincoln type figure.
God bless the United States of America. This is Nicolas Maduro. He is the he was the dictator of Venezuela.
Why is it always these old dudes that have absolutely no fucking style?
And he is no longer in Venezuela, as you can see. The DEA and Delta Force came in the middle of the night and whoop, they got him. They literally just took him out. They bombed the hell out of certain areas. They literally took him and they left. Thank God, not a single American was injured. No boots on the ground. No massive endless war installing new governments. Just whoop. We have to get rid of a really bad guy that's a threat to all of Latin America and a threat to us. He is in charge of all the Venezuela drug shit that's been going on in our country for very, very long. Quite literally, he is an agent of China, he is an agent of Iran, and he is an agent of Russia in our hemisphere, and he hates us. And now he's in jail. We have a lot to talk about because the left is crashing out. No, leave my socialist dictator alone. You have to see it. This is unbelievable. So it all started with absolute diabolical.
Hold on. Before we get started, I want to point something out. I'm going to go over to my X real quick. Where is it? Oh, I'm going to have to go to my profile. Okay. Definitely should follow me on X. I'm posting base shit every single day, such as this. Joe Biden, back in 2020, Nicolas Maduro is a dictator. I strongly could, maybe I should use his voice. Nicolas Maduro is a dictator. I strongly condemn his regime's violent takeover of the Venezuelan National Assembly, the country's sole remaining democratic institution. So he didn't like Maduro, and he had some things to say about Trump and Maduro. Trump talks tough on Venezuela, but admires thugs and dictators like Nicolas Maduro. Oh yeah, he admires thugs like... Yeah, he definitely admires them, alright. Enough to go and kidnap them like North Korea did to that director guy. As president, I will stand with the Venezuelan people and for democracy. Well, it seems that Trump did what Biden couldn't. Or didn't have the balls to do. I don't know. Maybe he was just not capable because he wasn't actually the one that was running the country. It was the leftoid freaks, and he was just saying stuff.
Footage. Oh my God, like, straight out of a Call of Duty game, baby. Look at this.
It didn't have to be this way.
That's crazy. It's insane this is happening. Unbelievable.
It's not that insane.
Mucho grande.
It's insane that this little amount of stuff happened.
Frappuccino, as he said. Holy crap, bro. That's crazy. Look at that, dude. Oh my God, just dominating the skies, baby. A lot of people crying, but what gives Trump the authority? It's because we're fucking America, goddammit. And also, I will show you a lot more. Actual American superiority. You have no idea the level of victory that we had today. Grok put him in a bikini. Oh. No.
Dude, I can't wait to see what PKA's got to say about this. It's too bad that this happened right after they just uploaded an episode. I bet Kyle fucking loves this shit.
Dude, he's so cooked. It's insane how cooked he is. It's absolutely wild. So, I wanted to show you this clip of Maduro saying, "Come for me, I am waiting for you, coward."
Venga por mí.
Right.
Aquí no esperan Miraflores.
Right, so he is telling Trump, come for me, all right?
Well, that's all that he could do. It was wait for him. Like, what else were they to do? We were gonna get him. It was either we go in and kidnap him, or we were gonna just bomb wherever he was, and then there would have been no more Maduro.
So, to anyone that says, why give
This is the best possible outcome, and I think it's insane that the best possible outcome was reached.
gives Trump the authority, Maduro gave Trump the authority. All right, I'm just saying. Also, fuck him. He's poisoning our people. He's importing infinite retards into our country. He's in charge of all these Venezuelan gangs that are...
And Biden was saying the same exact thing, and all these people that are freaking out were on board with it.
killing our people. They're overdosing on fentanyl and cocaine, because this retard feels free to ship it in. He's funding our enemies. No, this is a...
By the way, he held a bunch of our people captive, and we gave him resources for him to give them back. Anybody remember that? Biden did that?
A colossal W, and only the retards of the world will say bad. No new wars. Bro, everyone coping and saying, but Trump said no new wars. What war? What war? Is there a war? Is there a war?
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard, too. No new wars. Trump. Also, the right wing likes to say Trump was the first president to not start any new wars. Well, technically, on paper, Obama and Biden, neither one of them started any new wars. I mean, you can argue that they did, but technically they didn't.
I must have missed the war, guys.
But yeah, there was no war. Like, you could argue maybe for 8 minutes there technically was a war. That'd be kind of base too if people was like, well, there was a war for 8 minutes.
I just got three things to say.
That's what I'm saying.
God bless our troops.
Yep.
God
Amen.
bless America.
Amen.
And gentlemen, start your engine.
What's happening, man?
I love that video.
This is like absolute domination.
That Kevin James video is so fucking good.
Empire of America, 100 years, 100 more years, Empire of America. Bro, look at this. Look at the fireworks, baby. Oh, it's absolute cinema. Love to see it. Love to see it. But no, it's bombing. Dude, look, I've been remarkably consistent.
How many people were killed in this? I mean, not of our people, of their people. Because I don't like to see that. I would rather us to, like do one of these missions, one of these style missions, and not kill anybody. That'd be wonderful.
With my position, every single time I see people coping in my chat, I actually fully support killing terrorists. I think it's actually based as fuck.
I'm iffy on it because I think that terrorists are easily flipped. I mean, they're still gonna technically they're gonna be bad people, but I think they're malleable.
My God, look at that! Oh my God, it's beautiful! It's beautiful! It's beautiful!
In these terrorist groups, really, the only thing they care about is pleasure. Like, if you talk to anybody who knows anything about these terrorist groups, pleasure is, like, the main thing. Whenever they're not doing anything, they're, like, doing pleasurable things. A lot of times it's drinking or, like, fucking goats or fucking little boys. But still, yeah, that's what the culture is. So if you incentivize them with pleasurable things, then you can get them to basically be your slaves. And fuck them, they're terrorists.
Absolute cinema. Bro, complete air domination. Look at this, boy. Look at this, boy. This is the future of warfare, if done right. We have an enemy that's trying to kill us, that wants to kill us, that has killed some of us, that's a threat to the region, that's a threat to the world. Overnight, bam! No more threat. It goes away. It goes away. This is what we call absolute victory. Attorney General Pam Bondi, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, Celia Flores, have been indicted in the Southern District of New York. Nicolas Maduro has been charged with narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices against the United States. They will soon face the full wrath of American justice on American soil in American courts. On behalf of the entire U.S. Department of Justice, I would like to thank President Trump for having the courage to demand accountability on behalf of the American people. A huge thank you to our brave military who conducted the incredible and highly successful mission to capture these two alleged international narco traffickers. Ugh, it's so good. It's literally so good. Oh my god. I've prayed for times like this.
This is gonna get real weird. This is gonna get real messy. We're gonna be talking about this for a little while.
No more infinite Obama drone striking children. None of that garbage.
Yeah, we just go straight for the head. And then you take over everything. Instead of going straight for the head and just leaving it and leaving a vacuum, no, we fill the space.
Dude, I am so excited to show you what the rest of this video has entailed. So, Trump releases this photo. Nicolas Maduro on board the USS Iwo Jima.
That's so fucking crazy that the White House and Trump posted this. Holy shit. Oh, man. The content president, am I right?
Absolute cinema, man. That is what one terrorist...
I fucking hate Trump. I fucking hate him. Why do these leftoid freaks allow things like this to happen to people like me? Why? Why does it have to be like this?
on U.S. soil looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it every day. Marco Rubio tweeted this old tweet of his from a couple months ago. Maduro is not the president of Venezuela and his regime is not the legitimate government. Maduro is head of the cartel de los Soles, the narco-terror organization which had taken possession of a country, and he is under indictment for pushing drugs into the United States. And this is what we call justice, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think he should probably be indicted on more than just that. He's definitely committed straight up war crimes and like had people killed, had people tortured.
Absolute justice. A lot of bitch fucks are really upset about this. No, leave my narco-terrorist alone.
Having his military like, you know, harass people in the streets and like, you know.
Don't worry, I'm going to show you the leftoid crash outs, never fear. Donald Trump released this post in regards to capturing Maduro. The United States of America had successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, alongside with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Fucking Mar-a-Lago.
Donald J. Trump. Oh, dude, I'm gonna miss this man's tweets. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to foreign policy, I think Trump might have been our best president ever in the history of the country.
We've only got 3 more years, guys. It's not even been a year, but like it's basically been a year. We got 3 more years. That's it. Then we're gonna have to hopefully get somebody else in that's maybe more extreme than Trump. Actually, hopefully more extreme than Trump. Trump kind of hasn't done enough so far. This is cool, though.
When it comes to domestic policy, we need more mass deportations. But, dude, this is amazing news, all right? We are losing hundreds of thousands of Americans to drug overdoses because of retards like this. Just in, President Trump says Venezuela Maduro tried to negotiate at the end. I said no.
That's so fucking badass. Why? Just be as badass as Trump. They can't because they try and force shit like this because they're fake liars and Trump is for real.
Bro, why am I so happy? You're gonna see. So this is an old Joe Biden tweet, which I thought was pretty good. Trump talks tough on Venezuela, but admires thugs and dictators like Maduro. As president, I...
Of course, Nux thinks to bring this up.
will stand with the Venezuelan people and for democracy. Under Biden, Venezuela only succeeded in getting infinite retards from Venezuela into our country illegally. Under Trump, a dictator, narco-terrorist was captured and freed an entire nation. They are not the same. So this is the Venezuela opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado.
We're gonna have movies and TV shows about situations like this in the future. We're gonna have a movie called Dawn versus the Infinite Retards.
Pretty sure she won the Nobel Peace Prize last year, and this is what she had to say, because she won the last election, even though she's not actually the president, because there's literally a dictator, and you can't, like, win an election against a dictator. That's, like, the whole point.
I completely trust the strategy President Trump is...
Yeah, you know what happened? Because I know way too much about Venezuela. You know what happened? I don't know why I keep up with Venezuela so much, and I have for a long time. I'm just very interested in Venezuela. So she starts winning, and the party in power decides, hey, This here is not legitimate. This here is illegal. These people aren't allowed to vote. These people are disqualified. These votes are disqualified. That's what happens. They start threatening people. You know, they're like, actually, you're going to vote this way. And they're like, okay, but the votes say this. Too bad.
Development.
Based.
And his Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. They know very well with
That's
whom
right.
they're dealing with. This is
Absolutely.
not a legitimate president. This is the head of a criminal structure that was
right.
already defeated in a presidential election by landslide.
Yeah. So he loses landslide election after landslide election, but it doesn't matter because he's a narco-terrorist. He just stays in power because he's a dictator. So he
They just find ways to win every single time.
He trusted Trump. The elites
Now, this is what the leftoid freaks try and do here in the United States all the time.
I don't know about this, but El Presidentes in the South Americas are free. You can take them home and have one El Presidente. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry about it. The memes are insane. This is easily one of the greatest Trump moments of all time. He dropped this hours before actually capturing Maduro.
Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do?
This is literally hours before the strike went in, and Trump is like, "Yeah, he's offering me."
He has
offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States.
Oh.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
He just dropped it like a nuke.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. He offered everything at the end. Trump said,
Today's been so fun.
no. Rubio finding
I'm
out
having
he's
a great
the
time.
Venezuelan president. Oh, my God, dude. So, Nayib Bukele, he's the president of El Salvador, who's, by the way, been incredible so far. He's posting these images.
Tenga la seguridad el pueblo de El Salvador que ningún mequetrefe, ningún pelele de imperialismo como el tal Bukele va a separar a los pueblos de El Salvador y de Venezuela.
Yeah, so this dude was shitting on Bukele, but now he's in jail. Justin, the Venezuelan defense chief, says, we will not surrender. You will. 2026 is the year of the crusade. People are taking their countries back. I told you this before. Did you not get the memo? I said this literally on January 1st. It's January 3rd. All right? Pay attention. Year of the crusade, baby.
We will not surrender. Surrender to what? There's nothing happening. We already did it. We did the thing. There's nothing to surrender. You're already captured.
Taking our countries back. And that goes for Venezuela, too. Breaking, the Venezuela opposition already mobilized to secure government buildings and work towards establishing a legitimate administration. Which, by the way, will be a big fan of the United States. I'm sure that you're shocked to hear this, but an actual
Until the leftoid freaks start figuring out how to worm their way in, and then it's going to start destroying everything again. It always happens. It happens all the time. Like, literally with everything. All the freaks start getting in and shitify everything. Then you got to tear it down, fire all the people, arrest people, restart. It's like a cycle. It's happened since the beginning of time.
Democratic allied with the United States, instead of a socialist communist dictatorship allied with China, Russia, and Iran, is actually a much better thing for us.
Yeah, the people actually don't even want that. What they want, what they think they want, is whatever America deems to be bad, they deem to be good. Whatever America deems to be good, they deem to be bad. America doesn't like communism, so you know what they do? They go to communism.
I know, but why is it America first? Says some retard that just wants to shit on Trump for no reason. Dude, this has been incredible. I'm sorry, it has. Just in, Trump says the United States is going to be very strongly involved in Venezuela's oil industry in the wake of the regime change. Infinite money to, no, liberals, dead truck traffickers, no. Anyway, you're going to see the crash outs. They're good. The last 12 hours have been insane. Bro, you have to hear this. 10:30 p.m. ET. Chinese officials arrive in Venezuela to meet with President Maduro. 1:15 unexpected airstrikes in Venezuela. 2:40 President Trump confirms he ordered strikes. 4:20
No shot China didn't help. And China came out and said that we condemn these actions of the United States. But behind the scenes, they're like, this is fucking based. This is fucking a base military move. Everybody take notes.
President Trump says the U.S. captured President Maduro and his wife. 7:25 President Maduro and his wife indicted into Southern District of New York. Oh my God.
Yeah, China's going to profit off of this too. If the United States profits off of it and we allow China in to allow extra infrastructure, then everybody's going to profit off of this. We're going to let Russia in too. Russia's going to profit even more off of this. And they're just saying this shit.
Oh my god, bro. Literal, insane strategy, bro. 1 hour
China and Russia are just upset that they didn't get to it first.
wars are the future, all right? We have an issue that's fucking with us somewhere out there. We go out there, we neutralize the threat, we go home. No America soldiers hurt. Thank God. No boots on the ground. Absolute victory. I've said the same thing in Venezuela as they said in Iran. Iran wanted to build nukes to kill us. One day later, they had no more nukes. That's what I'm saying, man.
Monday will be interesting, to say the least.
And peace through strength, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I show you the leftoids freaking out about this,
this is what I've been waiting for.
No, leave my drug trafficker alone. I have to show you. What the actual Venezuelans are feeling about this. That's crazy. It's just absolute jubilation in Venezuela. Look at this, man.
I haven't seen a single person that was obviously from Venezuela on X say that this is a bad thing. I saw one video from one news outlet. By the way, it was a leftoid news outlet that got a video of somebody saying that they are for Maduro. But that was the only thing that I saw. And just like video after video after video after video and post after post after post after post from actual accounts that are from Venezuela.
This is also Venezuela. Heartwarming. It's so heartwarming to see a country be taken back by its people. Soon to be Iran, spoilers. But no, it's incredible. And we need to do that in America too. We have issues with, mass immigration and stuff like that. Europe needs to wake up.
Can we do this with the Ukraine? I'd like to do this with Ukraine also.
Up and get on the fucking memo with this shit as well.
Maybe even Nigeria. Let's get some Nigeria. No, let's just stick to America.
But it's actually happening. It's wild watching it happen in real time.
Nigeria does have a lot of useful resources.
Just the mass celebrations, the jubilation, that this dictator was just, in one instant, bam! People are crying on the streets of Venezuela celebrating. Look at this, man. She went out in pajamas to celebrate the fact.
It's crazy how Nux is bringing up ones that I haven't seen yet, and I've watched a fuckload of them.
This dictator drug lord that was ruining their lives turned them into a socialist hellhole, literally destroyed their economy, destroyed their working class, which is what radical socialism obviously does. Dude, look at this, man. Wow.
Yeah, they want everybody equally poor, equally living in the mud and eating shit.
Bro, it's just crazy to look at.
Socialism.
Look at this celebration. Historic.
Everybody's the same. You ever seen that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where he wishes everybody to be exactly the same?
Celebration, millions of Venezuelans. Bro, look at this. Oh my God, bro. They're still, and they're freaking, no, I can't believe Trump is trumping around. I can't believe it, dude. Just look at the city. Oh my God, bro. Thousands of Venezuelans waking up celebrating the news of communist mayor Maduro captured by U.S. forces. Legacy media won't show this. True. My whole timeline is Venezuelans celebrating while Western communists and third worldist losers are crying. So true. Literally. You look at what's going on in Latin America, literal celebrations in the streets. They were freed from this unbelievable nightmare. All right? Unbelievable. You look at what pro-Palestine people are doing, and they're just crying. No! No! Leave our socialist dictator alone! It's fantastic. Just in.
You watching all this, Mexico? Huh? Are you watching all this?
This is one of the reasons why they didn't like them. This is a crazy video. This is Maduro's Venezuela running over and pummeling protesters. Just people protested. I can't show you the footage, obviously, on YouTube. And they would just take armored cars and run over the people protesting. Just drive right over them. Insane. That's who the left is celebrating. Bro, it's crazy. Now, you have to see this. This is, in my opinion, the funniest part of this entire saga. I can confirm that the mausoleum of dictator Hugo Chavez was bombed. His remains were there. It has been left destroyed. All right. So this is the second thing I needed to talk about these Trump strikes.
That was the first thing that I saw last night. Like, I guess right after I saw this is when the whole social media caught on fire.
When I saw this, I was on the floor. You don't understand. I was literally on the floor crying, laughing. All right? my whammon approached me. Are you okay? What is going on? I was literally inconsolably laughing, crying. Okay? So Hugo Chavez was the last socialist dictator of Venezuela. He started this whole bullshit. And he died, and he was buried in a mausoleum. And while they went in there with the Delta Force, and they captured Maduro, the current actual, narco-terrorist dictator, they bombed his grave just for, like, the fuck you. Just as a fuck you,
That's
bro.
pretty good.
They flew
pretty good.
for no reason at all. Just purely for the love of the game. They flew over, and they just poof, and they obliterated.
Well, I mean, if they were gonna drive by anyway, if they went out of their way to take this thing out, that's kind of insane. But I kind of respect the move. But I respect it a little more if they were just driving by and they're like, fuck it, woof. It was just a last minute thing.
Hugo Chavez's grave. May he rot in hell. Fucking communist dictator, tortured millions. They just bombed his grave just for the love of the game, and I respect it so much. Probably the funniest order Trump has given.
It is pretty good.
When you go in there and you capture Maduro and his wife, and we charge them for narco trafficking, while you're in there, don't forget to bomb the grave of Hugo Chavez. May he rot.
It probably wasn't even a Trump call. It was probably a Hegseth or a Barron call, and Trump was like, fuck it.
In fuck. May he burn in shit. Oh my god, dude. It's insane. Insane motion for Delta Force here. Zero purpose, zero military significance, pure love of the game. I just love
fucking cinema.
There was literally no reason to do this. Aside
It's a video game ass maneuver.
from giving a middle finger to communist dictators. There was no reason to do this, obviously.
It's like the equivalent of killing somebody in Halo and then teabagging their body before they can respawn.
It was just literally a fuck you. Dude, it's glorious. Absolutely glorious. Zero media leaks, successful strikes, completely leveled primary airbase, bomb the corpse of Hugo Chavez for fun, capture Maduro like Batman or something. Oh my...
No, actually, I got news for you. This right here was the man who did it. It is confirmed who the person was that captured the dictator, Maduro. It is the agent, Leon S. Kennedy! What a fucking badass. What a fucking badass. Can't wait for Resident Evil 9.
Yeah! Can you do Keir Starmer next? Yeah. Dude, absolute cinema. It is insane watching this, dude. It's absolutely insane watching this. What a crazy day. Absolute cinema. Now, this is the third twist, all right? So, dude, there were a couple of twists. The third twist of this operation, just in, Chinese officials arrive in Venezuela for talks with President Nicolas Maduro. As you can see, this was posted at 10:29 on January 2nd. All right, so this was done literally 1 hour before they started getting bombed. All right, so this is 1 hour before the bombing starts. Chinese officials arrived in Venezuela saying, don't worry, Nicolas Maduro. We will be defensive with you. We will be friends. Me and you are gay together. We will work allies against United States dogs. My name is Ambassador Something Wong.
I think it'd be funny if China was like, hey, this is how you get in here. We got all the secrets. We've been on the inside. We just were in there.
And I can't figure out if something is happening. In my opinion, this was also part of Trump's plan, just as the extra fuck you, because that's Trump, and I love him for it. So, anyway, Chinese officials were live in Venezuela for talks with Maduro. Breaking, Chinese officials are apparently caught in the crossfire as they arrive for Venezuela government meetings 4 hours ago.
That's pretty
So they're
funny.
bombing all... finally, a vacation. What's that sound? Donard, you asshole. Oh no, Donard, you asshole. finery, a vacation. What's that sound? Anyway, it obviously did not go super well for these guys. Now this is just footage of the Chinese. Bro, that's just actual footage of the Chinese caught in the crossfire, bro. It's absolute cinema. Like,
pretty good.
dude, I just love the meme, bro.
Mariko.
Oh no! Look out! Look out! Look out, everyone! Look out! Bro, it's absolute cinema. I love it so much. Oh my god, it's too good. It's too good. So,
Dude, are we bringing racism back? Is it finally back? Are we allowed to make racist jokes again?
Trump also decided at the same day as all this, he decides to drop a relatively ominous warning about Mexico.
I wonder, Mr. President, though, I
Let's
want to ask you
fucking
because,
go.
from your vice president, J.D. Vance, said that the message is pretty clear. The drug trafficking.
You know what? I'll say
I don't vote, but this is the kind of shit that gets me to vote.
save that for later. I'll show you Trump's coverage of this at the end. You have to see what else is going on. Notice anything about the men in the picture? They're men! Wow, that's crazy. I noticed. Trump had decoupled South America from Russia, Iran, and China. If you fail to see this, you're either paid or don't understand geopolitics. True. True, you don't understand. This is, like, dude, when he said golden age, like, this is actual golden age level shit.
We got so many geopolitical experts on the internet today. Everybody's a geopolitical expert. They come out of the woodworks anytime anything happens. Everybody thinks they have all of the facts and they know exactly what's going on because they're the smartest person of all time. They see through the bullshit. They see things that regular people don't see.
A lot of people, I think, are underestimating exactly how massive of a deal this all is and how big of a W it is for America. I'll show you, again, I'll show you this later. Never fear, I'll show you the Trump interview later.
And you know the funniest part? This literally doesn't affect anyone else in the world. I mean, it kind of has something to do with Russia and China, but they kind of don't give a shit either. They weren't really getting anything from Venezuela.
It's incredible. It's actually
nobody
incredible.
cares.
So anywho, I have to show you some leftoid crash outs. These guys are incredible. Like, they're in tears over this. Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, Trump's illegal and unprovoked bombing of Venezuela and kidnapping of its president are grave violations of international law and the U.S. Constitution.
International law. Says who?
These are the actions of a rogue state. The American people do not want another regime-change war abroad. What war? War?
No,
what do you
war.
mean war?
What?
War. This is what we call cope. So Rashida Tlaib is a Muslim. I'm so shocked that they're standing firm with Venezuela terrorists. There's no way. So anyway, Rashida, not trying to be Islamophobic or anything. I just noticed that all the Palestinians are crying over Maduro getting captured for some reason. I'm noticing that in Iran, the government is really allied with Maduro or something. Although I could be.
It's because Trump did it. If Biden would have done it, they would have been all for it. Because they were whenever Biden was against Maduro.
Mistaken. So Trump's illegal, unprovoked bombing. First of all, I want to make this clear. According to international law, it is legal. We have an extradition treaty with Venezuela. All right, we've had an extradition treaty with Venezuela for 100 years. Maduro has outstanding criminal charges of drug trafficking and owning machine guns and targeting Americans and stuff like that. It is, first of all, completely legal according to international law and U.S. law. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, dude, I've asked Grok so many different questions, so many times, the same question over and over again. Like, replying to people's posts. Pretty much, like, yeah. Everything that Trump did was completely legal and justified. And he's probably going to have to talk about it in court.
All right? I do think so. All right? That's my opinion as a legal retard.
And I think he's got, like, if he can't seek justification for all of this, he's got 60 days to completely pull out. I think that's part of the thing.
My second opinion is, fuck you. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. That's my politics. Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib over here supports Hamas, right? You know, the terrorists that jumped over the border in Israel and murdered and massacred 1,200 innocent people and captured 300 as hostages and started the entire Israel-Gaza conflict. That whole conflict started because Hamas decided to jump over the border, murder, and rape innocent people, and she supported those guys? Are you supposed to say that? Is that supposed to be like, is that legal? Like, what are we doing here? Like, literally, what is this? What's happening? It's almost like your politics are pro everyone that's an ally of the Islamic regime and an enemy of America.
I don't really think it's anything much to do with allies to anybody. I think it's solely just because they're enemies to America. Anything anti-America, they're for it. I've already said this. I say this all the time. If you look at literally everything that America once stood for, look at everything the leftoids say. It's just anti all of it.
Shockingly, she was only elected because the Muslim city of Dearborn, Michigan is in her district in Michigan. And they obviously voted for her. So here she is to talk about how America is bad, actually, and how the third world is actually way better than America, and leave my terrorist homies alone. Also, and this is important to mention, Obama dropped 26,000 illegal bombs while he was president. No one bitched about it. Fuck you. Anyway, I'm really glad that my politics are in order, so we can move on. Mehdi Hassan, another radical leftist, Muslim, can't believe it, if Xi Jinping invaded Taiwan right now and toppled the president there, on what grounds would the United States object or have any credibility to say anything? Oh, I'll explain.
Well, we'll probably say something, but I doubt we're gonna do anything about it. It's gonna be the same situation with us in Venezuela. Nobody's gonna actually do anything about it. They'll come out and say their statement, but nothing's really gonna be done because nobody gives a shit. We kind of care about Taiwan, but with all of the rising costs for all these computer parts, nobody gives a shit.
To you. It's because Maduro is not the actual legal ruler of Venezuela, unlike Taiwan. It's because Taiwan isn't funding a gigantic drug enterprise. They're not a
oh man, I'm waiting for him to bring something up. I don't want to bring it up myself until he brings it up, but if he doesn't, I'll get to it right after this.
Terror network that's literally terrorizing China, and because also fuck you, I don't give a shit. Did you forget my politics from earlier? I'm so done playing these games, treating this like it's a normal conversation. You're obviously just radically pro-communism, pro-infinite immigration, pro-China, pro-Islam.
Actually, let me check real quick because I want to bring it up. It's killing me. It's eating at me. I think he gets to it here in a few minutes. Let's keep going.
I'm like terror. I love how, like, these people, they view the world in such a concocted, horrible way, and then they try to shove it down your throats and silence replies. You're not actually able to reply to this tweet, and then shut down replies. They can't even engage with this topic, as if comparing the sovereign...
and look who was able to reply. If anybody's been on X, they know who this person is. Jojo from Jers. Just a leftoid fucking freak, I tell ya.
Of Taiwan from radical communist China to a dictator that grabbed power, loses elections, but maintains power because he's a narco-terrorist in Venezuela that's literally shipping drugs and killing.
Or if Putin captured Zelensky, I hope that happens. I really do. I really do. Or we do it. Either one, I don't care.
Americans to America capturing him. How could you even possibly compare these two?
Like, I think Maduro's gonna get... We took his wife, too. But he needs somebody else to talk to besides his wife. I think he needs some buddies. I think he needs some roommates. Maybe Colombia. Maybe Zelensky wants to be his roommate. The Mexican president. Who knows? Bring them all! We can have a party.
Only in the leftoid mind of retard bullshit does this make sense. And it's incredible. Hassan Piker also having a generational crash out.
Of course.
Great day to be in America for...
Because everybody's got to have their take.
First bootlicker who voted for the most Israel first admin that got social program. Everything's Israel with this guy. It's incredible. It's almost like he's just a radical Islamist. Won't fix infra. Cuts taxes for the super wealthy. He cut taxes actually for the average working class guy. And spends all its money instead on bombing Venezuela. By the way, Hassan is pro-Somali fraud. You have to understand. Hassan doesn't think that Somali fraud is a big deal. They stole $18 billion, allegedly. All right? $18 billion. In my opinion...
Hold on. He contradicts himself immediately right here. Spends all its money instead on bombing Venezuela, but turns around at the same time says, stealing its oil for super profits. So are we spending all the money, or are we making super profits? Which one is it? Of the pedophilic elite. No, America is gonna benefit from this, because this is going straight into our reserves.
Opinion, using the American military to bomb people that are literally poisoning American people is the best, most America first policy you could possibly have in regards to American military might. And stealing its oil for the super profits of the pedophilic elite. So this
person down here makes a great point. How could I make this about Israel and take away Venezuela's celebration of I don't know what that is. Celebration of freedom.
Is my stance. My stance is all criticisms about the Epstein files is all valid. It's all valid, except I will never hear any criticisms about it by someone that supports Islamic terror organizations of sex slavers and pedophiles. So if you support Hamas that had literal child sex slaves, or Hezbollah with child sex slaves, or Houthis with child sex slaves, your opinion
and they're all a bunch of goat fuckers
about the Epstein files really doesn't matter very much to me. So here
by the way, Hassan's uncle Chunk Yogurt says it's completely fine. Bestiality is completely fine.
We have the entire Latin American world celebrating that their terrorist dictator regime, drug lord, was actually toppled in one instant without a single American dying in an instant war that wasn't even a war.
They kind of had to let it happen, or it was gonna get really fucking bad for them.
Or where the guy was captured, he was removed, he was...
Yeah, they saw what we did to Iran, and it was very, very quick.
Was put in a jail in New York, awaiting trial, absolute cinema, and this dude's crying and coping because we spent money on our military. Bro, we're spending money on our military anyway. This is what we have a military for. Like, it's absolutely insane. Gut social programs, but he refuses to deport the illegal aliens that are taking advantage of our social programs. Law of the jungle. The dumbest of us will love this and treat it as a projection of strength. No, the dumbest of us actually are thinking that it's the law of the jungle. The dumbest of us think that the dumbest are loving it and treating it as a projection of strength. In reality, it is a projection of strength.
Imagine going through life thinking that you're one of the smart people. You're of the smarter of the bunch. No, we're all a bunch of fucking dumbasses. Even the highest of IQs. We're all fucking idiots, man. Look at humanity. Look at where we've gotten. All of the chances we've had to make things great. What we're doing with it. We're using Grok to put people in bikinis on X.
In fact, I'll go even further. In reality, it is strength. Because there was like...
I saw Hitler in a bikini earlier.
This communist dictator guy that was backed by like China and Russia and Iran, and he was terrorizing America for a while, and he was like sending drugs into our places, and then he was like shipping gangbangers, Venezuelan gangbangers into our country, and now he's gone, and now he's no longer a threat. He was neutralized instantly. So no, that actually is strength. Actually, it turns out, and law of the jungle is law, and when you come down to it, that's how it ends up. Belligerent madman sitting on a throne of a dying empire, lashing out in every direction, pulling the rest of the world into chaos and destruction. Chaos and destruction? Let me know when you see chaos and destruction. It looks to me like Venezuelan people are literally...
This is literally one of the cleanest military military missions of all time. I don't even know what the fuck I was about to say.
Celebrating this because it's a wonderful day, because, you know, they're...
Operation, that's what I was trying to say. It's one of the most successful military operations of all time. It might be the most successful. It was so successful that they decided to just bomb a shit-stained grave site just for the fuck of it.
Terrorist regime was toppled. What chaos and destruction? I didn't notice any chaos and destruction. I noticed the absence of chaos and destruction, but to someone whose moral worldview is thinking that every terrorist...
This was the prevention of actual chaos and destruction.
Is actually a good guy, so yeah, I can get why this pisses you off, because you're pro-terrorist, and Hassan Piker should probably go to jail too, which he probably will at some point. Of course, obviously, the demonstrate your support for Venezuela, demonstrate your support for Palestine.
This is your genocide. We kidnapped one guy.
Literally, what is happening here?
Like, we took the leader. He's still fine.
Trump would become the greatest president of all time if he just decided to denaturalize and deport every communist in America. The communist is pro-Palestine, pro-Venezuela. Like, literally, like, the ideologies don't even mesh. It's just...
Ooh, idea. We could send them all to Venezuela. Turn it into it. We can actually turn it into a communist shithole. They can have it. They can have their communist shithole. We'll run it. They will have to be our slaves and basically run the oil fields, the oil refineries for us. Maybe get a little bit of, you know, mining going, some mining operations. Sounds good to me. They got gold over there.
Just anti-America. The only actual alliance
Bauxite and iron.
between the communists and the Islamists is that they hate the West. And that is literally where the communists are, because they want some sort of revolution to overthrow Western civilization. It's all the retards that they share food with each other. They spit in each other's mouths. Of course, look at the New York Times. Donald Trump's attack in Venezuela is illegal and unwise. Again, actual retards spewing retard shit just because they hate Trump. Imagine hating Trump so much you are spitting in the face of the millions of Latin Americans that are celebrating right now, and also the Americans that lost family members because of drug overdoses because they were being shipped in by these retards. So everyone's favorite political commentary, Harry Pisson, decided to...
Yep. It's all the usual suspects. Before we get into this, I guess he wasn't going to get into it. So here it is. The United Nations on X have a statement. Deeply alarmed by escalation in Venezuela, culminating with U.S. military action today. He's concerned that international law hasn't been respected. Who is it? Antonio Guterres? Who the fuck is that? He calls on all actors in Venezuela to engage in inclusive dialogue in respect of human rights and rule of law. Volker Turk, also, who the fuck is that? United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights. Alarmed by U.S. intervention in Venezuela, we urge everyone to exercise restraint and fully respect the UN Charter and international human rights law. The protection of people in Venezuela is paramount and must guide any further action. Like, sure, but also, who cares about what the UN has to say? Alarmed, do you condemn this blatant violation of the UN Charter? Well, you know what I gotta say to that?
UN, you have a problem with that? You know what you should do? You should sanction me. Sanction me with your army. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army. I guess that means you need to shut the up. That's what I would do if I had no army. I would shut the UN, you have a problem with
to release a tweet. He's just a massive Democrat cocksucker. He's not an Islamist, all right? He's not a communist or an Islamist, all right? So I already showed you, like, Mehdi Hassan and Hassan Piker and Rashida Tlaib. These guys are Islamists. So obviously they're against it because they're pro the Islamic regime take over the Western civilization. This guy is just a libtard retard. I wanted to show you his stance also because it's important to understand that there are multiple factions on the left. There are the Islamists that want the downfall of America, and then there are the actual brainwashed, gay-ass libshits that they don't want the downfall of America, they're just retarded.
A quick question for Donald Trump.
Yeah, they don't want the downfall of America, they're just retarded, and they're greedy. Don't forget that part. The whole reason they're even talking about it is because they're making money, and then other people are basically farting in each other's mouths. The ones who aren't making money.
His supporters... What's the plan?
Oh, the plan is get the narco-terrorist out of Venezuela and fucking kill him.
It's 5 a.m. on the East Coast right now. Donald Trump just announced that the U.S. military has captured Nicolas Maduro and his wife, the president of Venezuela.
He's actually not really the president of Venezuela because he didn't win any elections. He's a communist dictator of Venezuela backed by narco-terrorists that literally murder any opposition.
These people don't know anything about it. They don't know. They just know that Trump just did a thing, so they're mad about it. Nobody knows anything about Venezuela.
So that's the first point, anyway.
We bombed Venezuela in the middle of the night.
Based, way better than bombing in the middle
Why
of the
did
day.
we do it?
Focusing on...
They say what happened, but they never say why. They never say what led up to this.
Their capital city.
Based, why the fuck would you bomb random spots if you could just do a little bit of bombing, right? Bomb Hugo Chavez's grave and capture the bad guy. It sounds pretty based.
And I'm just curious, what's the plan?
All right, the plan is take the communist dictator that's torturing the Venezuelan people and flooding drugs into our country and gang members into our country and take him out of power because fuck him.
What are we going to do with Maduro?
Hopefully kill him.
with his wife.
Hopefully jail her.
Where are they going? What's next?
Hopefully jail.
For Venezuela.
Hopefully they'll actually take the opposition leader that won the last election, but still, even though she won the last election,
make capital punishment great again. That's all I gotta say.
She wasn't actually put into power because she was up against a narco-terrorist drug lord that literally kills their opposition. So, we would actually elect...
And like, this guy's not even an American. We definitely should be bringing back capital punishment for shit stains like this guy.
Rightful government. Democrat...
Not this guy. Well, maybe. But that's just a joke. But definitely Maduro.
Democratically elected government of Venezuela. That's the plan.
You know, there's a massive power vacuum in Venezuela right now. And
no, not really. There's actually people from the original opposition government that is currently conquering office buildings, and hopefully they will actually, assume power as the rightful government of Venezuela, democratically elected.
I can guarantee that there are already bad groups in that country looking to take power. Regime change.
Yeah, and then Trump will bomb them too. So they don't really...
Okay, he took the words out of my mouth. That's literally what I was about to say. I was like, well, if they do, they're just going to get the same treatment as Maduro and Iran. Good luck.
We want to do that because Trump
historically has not worked very well.
Yeah, because we tried to institute United States-backed governments in different countries where the cultures did not mesh, right? The liberal ideology is that all cultures are actually the same, whereas the Nuxanor ideology is that some cultures are fucking retarded. So when we tried to install an American government in Liberia, for example, that collapsed because we expected the Liberian people, average IQ of 85, to, actually, come together and hoist up this beautiful American democracy, and obviously that...
Yeah, what we do is we put people in power that will, basically boost up their culture, boost up the people that are already there. Like, we don't want to put in new people. We don't want to completely ethnically cleanse a place. We want the people there to thrive and benefit us. Because that's great. It's great for everybody.
Did not work super well for them over there. But the reality is, over here, we're not doing that. We're not doing an American-instilled regime. All we're doing is, we're annihilating one really bad fucker, and hopefully the actual elected Venezuelan government,
Yeah, we basically, get rid of the bad guy, and he's like, hey, Venezuela, do fucking better. If you don't, then we're going to make you do better.
By the people, democratically. Hopefully they will actually take power.
And anybody else, take note. Do better.
That's it. It's not an American boots-on-the-ground regime change.
Colombia,
we in the United States,
Mexico, Cuba
should know that by now.
But no, why should we have it? Has this ever been tried before? Literally ever? No, it hasn't.
The Dominican Republic. That would probably be really easy. We don't even want that one.
It has never happened before that an American government tried to do a regime change by just, getting rid of one really, really, really bad fucking guy. And then seeing what happens.
We're doing it again. Donald Trump, the guy who said no more war.
This isn't.
There's no war.
What do you mean war? This isn't a war. We just arrested a criminal. What do you mean?
Just captured the president from another country.
He wasn't a crap president. He was a communist dictator.
So I'm just curious what the plan is.
The plan was arresting a really bad fucking guy that was killing our people.
The defense minister of Venezuela survived.
Okay.
Survived the attack. Had a press conference after saying there's going to be retaliation. It's not.
Do we really think that's gonna? Do we really? I'll be real here. We're the United.
Venezuela is going to retaliate against the United States. Good luck with that. For one, if you actually harm any Americans, whoa, boy, I feel sorry for you. And for two, don't touch our boats.
United States of America, the strongest country on the planet. We better fucking act like it.
Over.
It's over.
To beat the United States.
Look, they're not going to beat the United States.
So what's next? Did they think this?
Hopefully that just works out very nicely where the...
Oh, no, hold on. What? I gotta go back.
Over.
It's over.
To beat the United States.
Okay. I thought he said they're gonna. He said they wanna. Well, good luck with that. Anybody who wants to beat the United States, I dare them to try. Look around, find out. It's one of my favorite phrases.
Hopefully that just works out very nicely where the opposition leader that was democratically elected actually takes power. If that doesn't work, we might have to annihilate a couple more retards.
Through. Let me take that back. I already know the answer. No, they did not.
Right. So I just debunked literally every sentence in his entire TikTok. But that's the left.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's just saying the same things that all the other leftists are saying. And they already know what all the other leftists are saying. It's so predictable to know what they think that they can predict what each other are thinking, and they say the shit. They have no idea what they're talking about.
You love them. You love them. They do their thing. So Nick Fuentes tweets USA with a flag, which is like Nick Fuentes crashes out about Trump every single day about how Trump doesn't do anything. How he said,
man. Nick Fuentes kind of based. I've been watching Nick Fuentes a little bit. He's got some crazy takes that I don't agree with, but like, I'm kind of more extreme than him on a lot of issues.
he does things and then he doesn't do them. So it's always funny when I watch him like jump on the hype train for Donald Trump, and then Aura with Trump and all the goats, which is true. If this is about Venezuela, then it's an extremely Zionist post. Ah, yes, because Israel hates terrorists and America hates terrorists. So when America kills terrorists, is actually a pro-Israel move. Dude, these people run...
They flew in, bombed Venezuela, kidnapped Maduro, and he was in New York all before you woke up. True, I woke up to all this shit and was like, what the fuck happened last night, man?
Defense for Israel
crazy
constantly
party
without even knowing it. It's incredible, dude. It's
went off the rails.
Actually insane. Also, this guy is a Pakistani account living in the United Kingdom. Bro, watching the crash outs is incredible. So Maduro, a Jew, maintains power in Venezuela. By the way, Maduro's not a Jew. He's a Christian. While Jews in Israel escalate conflict with Lebanon, having already set off the conflict with Iran, blah, 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 blah. Why are Jews all over global politics? So yeah, anyway, Maduro's not a Jew.
Yeah, these people have no fucking clue. They have no fucking idea what they're talking about. I don't know where he's even getting Jew. Also, South America is predominantly Catholic.
But anyway, so Maduro, a Jew, gets power. So the MAGA peace president who promises no new wars is blowing up anyone Jews ask him to? Is that it?
I thought he was a... So the Jews want to blow up Jews. Because he says that Maduro's a Jew. The math isn't mathin'.
Wait, well, let me get this straight. You think that the United States bombing Maduro in Venezuela, which is in our hemisphere, all right?
So, Trump is simultaneously anti-Semitic to the point where he's willing to just randomly murder Jews, but is also working with the Jews? To make it make sense. I don't get it, man.
Not in Israel's hemisphere, but in our hemisphere, they're doing it for Israel? Dude, this is like a level of cope that I've never seen before. So let me get this straight. Maduro's a Jew getting power in Venezuela, and the Jews are the ones that are overthrowing Maduro in Venezuela? Like, bro, dude, I love these guys. They're amazing. So I have to show you, finally.
Leave a like if you're having a great time on the internet right now.
Trump on Fox News, the celebration.
And we start with Lucas Tomlinson live in West Palm Beach, where the commander-in-chief has been spending the holidays. And Lucas, you've had great coverage overnight here. What else are we learning about this operation?
Bro, Trump apparently dropped into Fox News Live over here.
But he was in a...
Dude, it was just fucking everywhere. He was everywhere. Dude. No other president's like this. I don't think we're going to get another president like this. Maybe J.D. Vance, 2028.
In a house that was more like a fortress than a house. It had steel doors. It had what they call a safety space where it's, solid steel all around. He didn't get that space closed.
I'm pretty sure he did a press conference right before this or right after this. Maybe even both.
Trying to get into it, but he got bum rushed so fast that he didn't get into that.
That's how we do it.
We had,
the same thing happened to Osama, except we killed that guy.
Massive blow torches and everything else that you need to get through that steel, but we didn't need it. He didn't make it to that area.
Oh my God! He had a room, really enforced, steel and shit. It was crazy. We came in with Space Marine uniforms, power armor, bolters, chainsaws, flame
No, it was probably just regular dudes who had like a bomb pack and blew up a door.
throwers, but we didn't need it. We bum rushed the motherfucker, and we got him immediately. He didn't have a chance. Dude, he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop.
What did those off-ramps look like?
Well,
this is Trump. Trump gave Maduro off-ramps over the last couple of weeks.
Basically, I said you have
That's
to give
usually
up.
how it's been.
You have to surrender.
It's same thing with Iran, dude. We gave them chance after chance after chance, and they were like, yes, daddy, yes, daddy, yes, daddy. But they wouldn't listen. Well, really, it was like, yes, daddy. No. Yes, daddy, please stop. We'll renegotiate. No. And then finally it was like, all right, well, we're done negotiating. And then next thing you hear about them is their people are rising up because they ran out of water.
And he was close, but in the end, I really didn't. We had to do something that was really much more surgical, much more powerful. This was much more powerful than it
This
is.
shit was straight up like a fucking video game mission. That's why I think Barron probably did most of the work on this one.
Right.
We could have done.
That's
It
right.
is-
Look, man, everyone plays these games, all right? They did the same thing with Iran. He said to Iran, give up your nuclear shit. You have 2 weeks to give up your nuclear shit. Iran said, we're not doing that. Trump bombed their nuclear shit. He said to Maduro,
No,
listen,
it was even more than that. We gave them more chances than that. Now, I remember the whole, like, trying to get peace to happen, and Israel and Iran just kept bombing each other, and he was like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
you just need to surrender. It's okay. You surrender and we won't do anything. He didn't surrender. You do something a little more surgical.
This is amazing, and
Agreed.
we learned a lot going into. We learned a lot of.
We learned a lot, he says. There was more to learn from this? I thought we were like 1,000% like master mode. Like we hit the maximum level. There's more? We can get better than this? Holy shit.
Things, but this was a very
Team America World Police is coming back.
important symbol. And I had discussions. I actually spoke to him myself, but I said, you have to give up. You have to surrender.
When did you
And
speak to him?
He was not willing. A week ago.
You're going to have people picking out your meals for you. And guess what? You're not going to like it.
Yeah, honestly, insane shit, honestly. What an absolutely...
Do you want mystery meat 1, mystery meat 2, or oatmeal? Plain oatmeal.
wild day, dude. Colossal W for the Western world and as a whole. Dude, I actually feel like we're in the end times. This is like biblical level W's here.
I feel like we're about to enter a Sid Meier's civilization type golden age. It's been feeling like we've been getting to that level recently, and it's just getting more and more likely that it's going to happen.
Colossal W. Good for the entire world. Good for America. America first, baby. America's the GOAT. It really is. Thank God for America. God bless America. And, dude, Trump, I'll be real here. I still have faith. All right, Trump's got 3 more years to do some crazy shit when it comes to American domestic policy, too. But this is unfathomable W. Same with Iran. All these people are just crying and shitting and coping. Buddy shit, no new wars. Where's the war? Where's the war, guys? Wake me for World War V. Yeah, I'd rather my tax dollars go to dethroning an evil terrorist, narco, bitch dictator that's oppressing millions and killing hundreds of thousands of Americans through gangs and drugs than have my taxpayer dollars get stolen by Somali migrants that are running fraud scams that the Democrats are running defense for.
Whoa. What is this? Tim Walz arrested as Somalis flood Ohio? I don't believe it. I think he's just making a future prediction. I'm gonna have to check that one out. But holy shit, man. Today's been great. Today has been awesome. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about all of this? Where do you think it's going?